The doorbell rang. Eleanor was already halfway across the room, voice tight with rehearsed fury. I swear, if she's late again, and ignoring my calls, we'll hear her excuse. Robert fell and stepped behind her, shoulders squared. She threw the door open, anger carved into her features, then froze. Mom. Meet Liam. Clara's voice was light, untouched by the storm. Liam stood in the doorway. 6'2", all sharp edges and worn leather. A faded beanie clung to dark, uncombed hair. A weak stubble shadowed his jaw. Eleanor's breath caught when she saw his rough, grease-stained hand wrapped around Clara's. Against Clara's neat pastel jacket, he looked like a walking contradiction. You, Eleanor's voice fractured. Their perfect daughter. Their obedient girl. And this stranger. Mom, Dad. My boyfriend. Hey. He flashed a grin. Nice to meet you. Come in, Clara said, pulling him past the threshold. Place is decent, he muttered, scanning the living room. Robert and Eleanor just stared. Mouth slightly open. Brain short-circuiting. Parents are top tier, Liam added, extending a grimy hand to Robert. Let's do this. Robert stepped aside. Pretended not to see it. Cool setup, Liam chuckled. Mind if I bring the crew over sometime? You got speakers? If not, no stress. I'll roll in with my own. Mom, Clara cut in, eyes on Eleanor. We're sorry we're late. Brought you some pastries. She set down a small box. Fine. Let's have tea. Eleanor's voice trembled, but the hostess in her refused to break. Wait until he's gone, she thought, laying out cups. Then we talk. So, Liam, Robert began once they sat. Where do you work? Work? He scoffed. Horses drop dead from overwork. Clara laughed, nervous but playing along. Then what do you do? He took a loud sip, bit into a pastry, spoke with his mouth full. Got connections. You know the game. Money flows if you're not dumb. Everything's gonna be fine. So, Robert's face flushed. People who actually work, what, they're idiots? Relax, old man. Clara's gonna live like a queen. I give you my word. Who are you calling old man? Robert shot up. Who do you think you are? Chill, man. Liam smirked, eyes cold. Watch your blood pressure. Don't keel over before the wedding. I don't need that kind of hassle. Robert choked on his own anger. Who did you bring into this house? He's a thug. A rude, disrespectful. Get out, Robert snapped, pointing at the door. Liam isn't leaving. We're getting married. Two voices shattered the air at once. She's lost her mind. Eleanor clutched her chest. I can't survive this. Robert scrambled for his pills. Look what you've done to her. He handed Eleanor a glass, water shaking in his hand. Then turned to Liam. Your time here is over. Before I do something we'll all regret. Liam stood slowly. The boy was stronger. Intimidation wouldn't work. Robert, Eleanor whispered. We all need to breathe. What is happening? Clara, what are you doing? It's okay, Mom. It had to happen. You didn't think I'd stay alone forever, did you? You're acting out, Robert said, fists clenched. He knew they needed to talk. He had to trust her. He sat back down. The others followed. His glare burned between Clara and Liam. Liam, Eleanor asked, voice trembling but polite. What about your parents? What do they do? What's there to say? He grinned, sharp and hollow. Dad's doing time. Won't be out for years. Mom's drowning in bottles. They don't care about me. I don't care about them. But I've got Clara now. Mom's harmless when she's awake. Makes me food sometimes. Once we're married, Clara can cook for you. You know how to run a kitchen? I'm easy to please. Just want a pretty girl beside me. He laughed. And you're perfect. He kissed Clara's cheek. Enough. Robert slammed his palm on the table. Clara, tell him to leave. Now. All right. Liam stood. No need to blow a fuse. I was heading out anyway. See you, Clara. He kissed her again. Deliberate. We'll cross paths again. I'll be right back. Just saying goodbye. Clara followed him to the door. Clara, stop. Robert called. She didn't look back. The door clicked shut. Later, outside the university, Clara and Chloe stood in the crisp air. Didn't need to speak. Mall? Chloe suggested. Then home. You're kidding. Clara's eyes widened. If I'm a minute late, Mom's lecture starts. I don't want the trouble. You know my parents. Seriously? What are they gonna do? Dock your allowance? My parents haven't tracked my moves in years. Lucky you. And I still need permission to leave the house. Let alone run late. Damn, Chloe whispered. How do you live like that? I'm used to it. Clara shrugged. They've mapped my life since day one. My parents are reasonable. They check in, but don't suffocate. Mom's an accountant. Tracks calories, commute times, whether a new coat is financially sound. Dad runs quality control at a factory. Checks dust levels at home like it's a production line. Yeah. I don't envy you. I don't envy me either. Imagine waking up to a note on the fridge, home by 10 p.m. weekdays. Saturday, cleaning. Real-time location sharing required. Deviations discussed at family council. You're serious? Clara pulled out her phone. Mom's message, you veered off route. Explain your whereabouts between 4:15 and 4:35. I stopped for my favorite pastries. The line was long. That's it. That's insane. Tracking a grown woman? If I hadn't seen the note, I'd think you were exaggerating. Why do they do it? Clara's shoulders dropped. They're sculpting me. Chiseling away anything that doesn't fit their blueprint. I'm supposed to match it perfectly. Wait, Chloe laughed, are you a project to them? Yeah. Just don't know if I'm a successful one. Never rebelled? Teenage years? Nothing? Oh, that's a whole saga. Dad banned everything. Mom drowned me in lectures. They broke every attempt before it sparked. Clara's smile didn't reach her eyes. No school trip, Dad would say. But why? Everyone's going. Tears would fall. They'll laugh at me. Clara, Mom would soothe, we worry. What if you get lost? Hurt? The chaperones aren't enough. And the dorms, bugs, boys sneaking in, questionable cafeterias. We can go together, right? Dad would nod. Other parents don't care. Then came dance class. The instructor visited. I loved the performance. Forget it, Dad said. Flaunting yourself for strangers? It's Indian dance, Dad. I'd pose, hands together, neck swaying. Mom would jump in. Costumes are expensive. We can't afford it. And who walks you home? Public transport at night? Absolutely not. We support hobbies, but within reason. I'd listen to friends talk about recitals, trips, joy. My dream stayed just that. A dream. Clara blinked back to the present. Chloe was waving a hand in her face. You with me? You zoned out. Sorry. What did you ask? Did you pick the university? Or did they? Them, Clara said, bitter laugh escaping. Education major was in their plan. I only got to choose the track. She remembered the debate. Foreign languages, Mom insisted. Work with contracts. Engineers are in demand, Dad argued. She's not gifted in languages. Good grades come from grinding, not talent. You'll drag her to graduation. Can I choose? Clara had whispered in the quiet. You? They'd said in unison. I want to submit there. See? Dad triumphed. My blood knows what works. Drafting builds futures. Languages? Useless. You're ignoring me, Clara, Mom sighed. Girls and drafting don't mix. Clara hated drafting. She wanted to draw. They'd never approve. At least you got a say, Chloe laughed. I thought you were a ghost in your own home. Sometimes I push back. Now. I let Mom's calls go to voicemail. Told her I'm skipping the mall today. But yesterday, Chloe countered. We had a nice hour at the cafe. You forgot? If an hour counts as freedom, sure. What did you tell Mom? Extra tutoring. That's why I was late. Don't blow my cover. Chloe grinned. Scared? Always. If she catches me, she'd probably faint. I'll say I didn't hear it over the noise. You're a pro at excuses. Had to learn. My mom isn't like yours. Yours is modern. Unburdened. Lucky. Chloe pulled her shirt strap down. Showed a tiny snake tattoo. Fresh ink. If my parents saw a dot, they'd laser it off. Mom let me get my first at 16. We picked it together. Gotta run. You staying out? Chloe hugged her. See you tomorrow. Clara watched her hop onto the bus. Walked home slowly. The memory of how they met surfaced. I'm in. A stranger had tackled her in a hug. Thought I missed it. The girl ahead dropped out. Can't believe it. I'm Chloe, by the way. Clara. You too? Yeah. Coffee? My treat. 2 celebrations. Clara's smile vanished. Checked the time. Let's go. Chloe became her only breath in a suffocating world. That night, Mom found out about the cafe. Should have studied. Cafes breed germs, ruin your figure, fill you with junk. Proper people eat at home. Dad echoed, only drifters go there. All students go, Clara muttered. Who were you with? No one. Didn't know anyone yet. Be careful. We need to know your circle. No bad influences. If you make friends, do it where we can see you. Clara made a vow then, never tell them about Chloe. Or they'll take her too. Clara and Chloe sat in a quiet cafe. Sipping cappuccinos. What's the excuse today? Chloe asked. English tutoring. Same old. Clara sighed. Still need permission for coffee. Still report who I saw, what we said. You let them, Chloe pointed out. What choice do I have? Late means an interrogation. Mom's lectures drip into your skull. Always framed as care. What if something happens? You can't protect yourself. Tell them you're grown. They don't listen. If they knew I was here, Mom would lecture on cheap coffee, germs on cups, bacteria on spoons. Just break the rules. They won't kill you. No. But they'll dismantle my mind. Lock your door. Tune them out. Headphones. Genius. Clara checked the time. One day I'll snap. If I had money. Mom tracks every penny. You're my only outlet. She forced a smile. I'll catch the bus. Miss it, and I'm dead. Half an hour to get home. Didn't want to go. Movie night planned. Weekly report due. Clara shivered. Don't envy you, Chloe said. But they love you. You're going home to a warm, 3-bedroom apartment. Everything provided. We share a 1-room. What would it take? Clara thought, paying the bill. Earthquake? Tsunami? I'm losing my mind to the rules, the tracking, the lectures. No light at the end. She pulled her coat tight. Walked beside Chloe. Wanted to stay out. But the clock was merciless. Past a bar. 2 guys stumbled out. One, red-haired, thin, drunk, grinning greasily. The other, his exact opposite. Every parental nightmare wrapped in one frame. Clara stared at the tall, broad-shouldered guy in a scuffed leather jacket, faded gray shirt underneath. Dark, overgrown hair fell into his eyes. Held a can of energy drink. Smelled like smoke, cheap beer, and quiet ruin. Ladies! Red called out. Can we buy you a drink? You're stunning. Literally takes my breath away. Maybe toast to meeting? Bruderschaft? He raised a beer. Let's go, Chloe whispered, pulling Clara's arm. She knew the type. Knew when to walk away. Shoulders tight. Clara stood rooted. Something inside her, coiled for years, snapped. Hey, the second guy said. My friend's talking to you. Red snickered. He's actually cool. He's Liam. Clara looked him over. Then reckless despair. Like diving into ice water, she spoke. I'm Clara. Liam, you busy? Chloe stared like Clara had lost her mind. Liam frowned. On a Wednesday night? Not really. Good. Clara stepped forward. Ignored Chloe's panic. I have a proposition. Leo's eyebrow rose. Liam pushed hair from his eyes. Curiosity flickered. Proposition? Hope it's legal. I don't need trouble. It is. I need you to play a part. I'm a terrible actor. What part? My boyfriend. In front of my parents. Chloe gasped. Leo howled with drunken laughter. Liam just stared. Serious. You're joking. Dead serious. Deal? What's required? Clara's words tumbled out, afraid she'd chicken out. I need to shock them. Don't wait for an invite. Keep your jacket, boots on. Be rude. What if they don't offer food? They will. Mom's hospitality is ironclad. We're bringing pastries. She'll serve tea. Just, be awful. Liam listened. Eyes locked on hers. That it? No, Clara hesitated. I'm telling them we're together. That I'm marrying you. Chloe shrieked. Bro. You hit the jackpot. Say yes. Liam was silent. Clara pulled cash from her purse. More if it works. Deal? He nodded. Slid it into his pocket without looking. Lead the way. Let's go. Clara smiled at Chloe. Liam matched her stride. Chloe bolted for the bus. Leo vanished into the dark. Chloe stopped at a street lamp. Don't tell anyone. Chloe typed back, why him? He looks dangerous. That's the point, came the reply. If he doesn't work, nothing will. See you tomorrow. Don't judge. Clara walked beside Liam. Mom's an accountant. Dad's factory management. You need to be brutally disrespectful. They'll ask about your job, your parents. Say Dad's in prison. Mom's an alcoholic. You got it? Your look fits perfectly. Liam walked, hands in pockets. Nodded occasionally. Silent until they reached a 10-story brick building. Why do you need this? Clara stopped. So they finally back off. So they see their control doesn't make a perfect daughter. It makes this. She trailed off. Looked away. Liam understood. Didn't reply. At the door, Clara paused. Pressed the bell. Eleanor stood there. Half smile in place. We were waiting, sweetheart. The smile died the moment she saw Liam. He stood there, grinning. Hand on Clara's shoulder like he owned it. What's this? He said, voice suddenly bright. Stepping into character. Gonna keep us in the doorway? Show us the place, Clara. Said it was nice. He pushed past Eleanor. Brushed Robert's shoulder. Made him step aside. Walked into the living room. Not bad. Not a mansion, but it'll do. I like it. He stopped. Looked violently out of place in the tidy room. Next to Eleanor and Robert, perfectly dressed. Clara, Robert said, voice tight. Explain who this is. Liam laughed. Not who this is. I'm Liam. He offered a grimy hand to Robert. Let's be friends, old man. Robert exchanged a look with Eleanor. Ignored the hand. Who is he? Eleanor asked. Where did he come from? Why don't we know him? I don't owe you reports, Clara said, lips white. Every word built her spine. I don't report my steps. She glanced at Liam. Getting married. Silence. Clara braced for the lecture. They just stared. The armor of control cracked. Liam dropped into an armchair. Propped muddy boots on the coffee table. Why you standing? Let's celebrate. Clara, put food out. We'll drink. He winked at Robert. Got whiskey? Don't be cheap. My crew usually drinks vodka. He laughed. What are you waiting for? Every word drove the wedge deeper. Don't speak to me like that. Robert's voice rose. Feet off the table. This isn't a dive. It's a respectable home. Relax, Pop. Liam didn't flinch. Watch your blood pressure. Don't drop dead before the wedding. I'll keep Clara safe. Robert's neck flushed. Knew he'd lose. Liam turned to Eleanor. Food coming? Clara promised. Trembling, terrified but furious, Eleanor set the tea table. Liam grabbed a piece of cake. Tossed it in his mouth. How do you eat this? Got anything real? Excuse us, Eleanor said, sharp. We weren't expecting guests. He took a huge bite. Guess it'll do. Licked his fingers. Leaned back. Liam, Eleanor tried, voice polite, desperate to calm the storm. Where do you work? Works for losers. He drawled. Know how to make money. Clara, he glanced at her, won't want for anything. Simple. Clara didn't look at her parents. They exchanged panicked glances. Your parents? Eleanor asked. Dad's inside. Won't be out for years. Mom's on another bender. He chuckled. Spent cash trying to fix it. Rehab, pills, whatever. We'll love Clara like a daughter. Don't doubt it. Eleanor wiped tears. Looked at Robert, pleading. Clara sat, fists under the table, watching their world crumble. Enough, Robert finally said. We're done. He turned to Clara. I demand, he shouted, that this mistake, he pointed at Liam, leaves my house. Now. Liam yawned. If there's no booze, I'm out. Boys are waiting. He headed to the door. You guys are all right. Get ready for a wedding. Next time, we'll drink. Clara followed. In the dim stairwell light, she couldn't read his face. Did it work? Is this what you wanted? She stepped forward. Wanted to hug him. Stopped by his confused look. Better than I hoped, she breathed. Held out her hand. He shook it gently. She pulled more cash from her coat. He tucked it away slowly. You're a real actor, she said, voice shaking. I almost believed you. Parents were wrecked. Thank you. I tried. He stepped back. Night, rebel. He took the stairs fast. Silence fell. Back inside, a storm hit. Father clutched his chest. How could you bring that monster? That criminal? Where did you find him? In an alley? We thought you'd find someone decent. And you bring trash? You disrespect us. His shoe prints are on the rug. I can't even touch the cups he used. After everything. Ungrateful. Trying to bury us early. How could you love him? Clara listened. Outside, at least. Walked to her room. For the first time. Open this door. Robert yelled. She's learned his arrogance. Clara, think. Let's talk. She stood against the door. Maybe they'll see I'm not a toy. I won't be treated like a ghost. Phone buzzed. Alive? Parents? It worked. Clara's hands shook. Couldn't even type an exclamation mark. Lay on the bed fully clothed. Victory tasted bitter. Who was he, really? Not a thug. She replayed the scene. He held himself together. Derisive, yes, but controlled. Not a single swear word. Mastered the room even when Robert nearly lunged. His face surfaced. Those eyes when he spoke of his fake life. Or real? A deep, quiet sorrow. Could you fake that? I know nothing about him. Probably never will. Next morning. Packing for class. Daughter, Robert said over his glasses. We trust yesterday won't repeat. It wasn't a stunt, Clara said, calm. I'm seeing him. Clara, Eleanor begged. He's a criminal. You're different. What can he give you but pain? Who said he's a criminal? He's decent. You're our daughter. You will respect our judgment. You will not associate with elements like that. Robert's voice cracked into a shout. Or you'll what? Clara met his eyes. Ground you. Until this nonsense leaves your head. And how will I attend class? Clara smirked. We'll escort you. Cancel all extras. We'll drive him away. Parents, Clara stood, bag in hand. I'm not a child. I'll protect myself. I'm late. We'll find out, Eleanor promised. We'll speak to him. We'll do whatever it takes to keep him from you. We're responsible for you. We won't let you ruin your life. Or ours. Clara turned. Left without a word. Later, Chloe reported, your parents came. Asking about you and Liam. What did you say? Nothing. Nobody knows anyway. She painted the scene. Returning from the library, Eleanor appeared. You're friends with Clara. Who is this Liam? You must know. I really don't. Chloe stammered. Where did they meet? Clara never goes out. Not to class, surely. No. Probably not. I swear I don't know. Ask Clara. I don't believe you. If he hurts her, he's a criminal. No. I barely know him. Excuse me, I have class. Chloe escaped. Eleanor then hunted Clara's classmates. Nobody knew. You stirred a pot, Chloe finished. They won't sleep. Perfect daughter turned rebel overnight. Let them sweat, Clara said, victorious. Tired of living under a microscope. Glad they don't control my breathing. Liam did his job. Hope they back off. They didn't. Dinner that night, Robert brought it up. Let's pretend it didn't happen. Return to normal life. Sweetheart, Eleanor touched her hand. Maybe see a therapist? Tired? We'll take a vacation. All three of us. Clara saw it. They looked at her like she was terminal. Not going anywhere. If I travel, it's with Liam. Robert flushed. Eleanor reached for pills. I will not hear that name in my house. Robert roared. Can you stop me from seeing him? Clara repeated the name. Closed the door. A week passed. Clara caught herself not thinking of Robert's red face or Eleanor's panic. Am I crazy? She muttered, sleepless. Why care? But the images played. His rough voice, works for losers. She squeezed her eyes shut. Why did he agree? Who is he? Why does it matter? She scolded herself. What did he do with the money? Drink with Red? Buy clothes? Stop. Didn't promise to return. She played music. Distracted herself. Liam haunted her. I need to find him, she told Chloe. Who? Chloe knew. Liam. I have to see him. Why? To stop the questions. But where? Saw Red. Recently. Chloe blurted it. Covered her mouth. Which one? Clara lit up. Near my place. Why didn't you say so? I need to find Liam. You're actually going to meet him? Chloe looked horrified. Yes. I need to talk to him. Clara was firm. Next day, skipped class. Went to the wash. Found Liam in the bay. Hair under a cap. Faded blue coveralls. Clean-shaven face. Nothing like the cafe guy. Surprise in his eyes. Didn't recognize her at first. She stepped closer. Annoyance flickered. Then recognition. Regret. Hey, Clara smiled. Hey. He frowned. Turned back to work. How are you? Fine. One-word answers. Dead conversation. Coffee after work? Can't. He didn't look up. Why? Classes. Classes? Clara gasped. He shut off the pump. What did you think? I'm a deadbeat drunk? Yeah. Gotta eat. I didn't think you were, Clara flushed. You did. He laughed, bitter. Got nearly kicked out for skipping. Couldn't afford rent. Lived on Red's couch. Thought it was over. Then, I looked at your parents. They're polished, curated horror. And I thought, damn. Some people have it worse. Your money rented me a room. Decided to wake up. Fool not to take the chance. He's right, she thought, ashamed. I assumed he drank it. But he pulled himself out. How strong do you have to be? I helped him without knowing. Knows what he wants. And me. She stared. Then asked softly, can I visit again? You mind? He studied her. Why? More parent scaring? I'm not doing round 2. No time. Clara blushed. Just, to talk? Nothing's just, Clara. He said it gently. After my shift. Joy, unexplained. I'll be there. Turned. He watched her go. Quiet. You're really going? Chloe asked in the lobby. Yeah. Clara fixed her hair. First time was wrong. Today's different. Hugged Chloe. Wish me luck. Liam waited outside. Leaned against the wash wall. Jacket instead of coveralls. Dropped a coin in a machine. Cup filled with coffee. Handed it to her. Stood at a small table. Drank. Tell me about you, Clara said. You faked it with my parents. He smiled. Mom's not an alcoholic. Always on shift. Dad? Not in prison. Worked at the same factory as your dad. Barely remember him. But I got his love for machines. That's why I'm in auto mechanics. Broken? Find why. People aren't like that. Harder. Silence. Each in their head. Where do you study? He asked. Education. I envied kids whose parents let them go to movies, trips, sleepovers. Envied the unmonitored. I couldn't take a step without permission. Report every minute, every dollar. Felt like living someone else's life. Their blueprint. The dam broke. She spilled it all. Interrupted only with questions. What would you do if free? Rewind time, I'd join that dance class. Spend time with friends. Not just parents. Kids at school avoided me. Parents investigated everyone before allowing contact. Never mentioned Chloe. Lately, the control choked me. Many would envy you, he said softly. Envy what? She scoffed. It's a prison. But they're there. Wanted attention. Attention, but not a cage. My room wasn't mine. Mom checked drawers. Never kept a diary. They thought they were caring. Why did they do it? He looked away. Want you happy? Or want you exactly how they planned? Don't know. Never asked. He spun the cup. Parents think they know best. Some would give anything for that care. Clara listened. Reluctantly said goodbye when he returned to work. Started visiting the wash. Then often. Spending more time with Liam than me? Chloe complained. What do you even talk about? He's unrefined. Probably never read a book. You're wrong. He's startlingly decent. Seems stubborn, but it's authenticity. Principles? What? No drinking Mondays? Showers on weekends? He won't let me pay, Clara said quietly. Knows he's tight on cash. Steps in if someone insults me. Never swore near me. That's rare. Don't tell me you're in love, Chloe warned. You're different. You sound like my parents. He's not better or worse than our classmates. Just had less luck. Incredibly strong. Admit it, if our classmates' parents backed off, would they study? No. Liam's different. Knows his future is his alone. More I know him, more layers I see. But when he speaks, it matters. Earns respect. You talk about him like he's perfect. Clara just smiled. Couldn't confess yet how she waited for every meeting. Him to work or class. But the pull was real. He hid his thoughts, but sometimes she caught his look. She still had to figure out her own feelings. Everything changed when he invited her to a proper cafe. Faint cologne. How was your week? He asked, sitting. Same. She smiled. Class? Exams starting, he said, frowning. I can rebuild an engine, but can't sketch a schematic. Let me help. I know a bit. No. I'll figure it out. He shook his head. Why refuse help? Have to. If I don't get it now, I'm worthless as a tech. Used to solving my own problems. Don't be offended. She shared her week. Smiled at her teaching practice stories. One day, found him struggling with a laptop. Can't make it to the cafe, he said, frustrated. Need to take an online test. Friends out of town. Not an engine. Let me help. You? How? Not me. I know someone. He opened his mouth to refuse. How urgent? Tomorrow. She called. Elias is waiting? Okay. See you. Brought the fixed laptop next day. Here. Handed it over. He grabbed it. Desktop appeared. How much do I owe you? Nothing. What? Work gets paid. Friendly help. His stern face softened. Warmth in his eyes. Thank you, Clara. Home was Cold War. Parents avoided Liam's name. Barely spoke to her. Father's face, disapproval. Mother's, quiet hurt. Clara stayed silent. When she was out, they strategized. Eleanor, we're losing her. Can't watch this. She's slipping away. We'll lose her completely. What do we suggest? Robert paced. She won't talk to us. Can't control her. Wait for her to snap out of it. What if she doesn't? Marries him? I can't imagine. Can't let it drift. Inaction brings tragedy. After marriage, it's too late. She's smart. Pressure now backfires. We need to steer her from him, Eleanor insisted. How? Consequences irreversible. She's stubborn. Introduce a decent boy. She'll forget the criminal. Someone in mind? Robert asked. Eleanor nodded. Act. Next evening, Clara, guests tomorrow. Don't stay late after class. Important meeting. Colleague coming. Friendly dinner. Clara complied. Colleague and son already seated. Clara's age. Sweetheart. Eleanor beamed. Sit next to Arthur. Clara smiled politely. My colleague, Mrs. Arthur works in IT. Highly sought after. My son, the woman boasted. Management likes him. Promotion pending. Studied abroad, actually. Lives at his desk. I think Arthur would like a friendship. Arthur flushed. Held his teacup like it might shatter. Sat far from her. Avoided eye contact. Clearly unhappy about the setup. Said 2 words all night. Clara stayed silent. Parents planned their future. After 2 hours, Clara stood. Nice meeting you. Parents will be glad. Clara, where? Eleanor followed. Dinner's not over. You're embarrassing Arthur. Liam's waiting. You can't just leave. We invited him for you. He's a better match. Mom. Let me choose friends. I made myself clear. Don't interfere. Left them stunned. Hurried to the wash. Imagine it, she laughed, telling Liam. Parents dragged some IT guy home. Thought I'd bite. Poor guy sweated through napkins. Looked miserable. Another victim of parental love. You really didn't like him? Liam polished glass. He's fine. Felt bad for him. Life with him? No. Typical mama's boy. Stayed out of politeness. Happier here, she blurted. Blushed. He nodded. Didn't need more. Seeing his hands. Water from the hose. Silence was enough. Relationship stayed friendly. Clara woke with a headache. Wrapped in a blanket. Legs weak. Sweetheart. Eleanor gasped at her pale face, glassy eyes. Not going anywhere today. Can't. Quiz soon. Not listening. Not letting you out. Colds aren't jokes, Robert said. Where's the kit? Thermometer. Meds. Getting it. Now. Robert guided her back. I'll call the department. Listen to me. Eleanor took her temperature. Heart's racing worrying about you. Right, Robert nodded. Bringing fruit at lunch. Rest. Clara lay still. Didn't care about class. Cared about missing Liam. Mom would hear, take the phone. Texted instead, sick. Wish I could see you. Parents grounded me. Mom's home watching. Under house arrest for a bit. Slept. Phone buzzed. Go to the balcony. She jumped. Wrapped in blanket. Stepped out. Liam stood knee-deep in snow. Looking up at her window. He didn't flinch. Catch. Threw a package hard. It arced, landed at her feet. Expensive throat lozenges. 2 new paperbacks. A tiny plush bear. Held it to her chest. Snow on his jacket. Under her balcony. Loved this strange, prickly, honest man who crossed town just to toss her gifts. Phone buzzed again. She mouthed, thank you. Walked to the stop. Her fake, rebellious boyfriend was real. The most serious love she'd ever known. Recovered quickly. Fever broke in 3 days. Clung to the bear. His touch made her heart race. When fully well, Mom. We need to talk. If it's about that nuisance Liam, Robert frowned. We're done hearing it. He's not stepping foot here. We won't let our daughter tie herself to a criminal. I'll fight to the death to make you forget him, Eleanor declared. Listen to me once. Clara snapped. Talk to me like an adult. I'm not property. I have a voice. Parents froze. Looked at each other. Fear in her voice. Refused to believe their project escaped control. Sat on the couch. Defeated. I love Liam. You can't fix this. I can't live without him. Eleanor gripped Robert's hand. His jaw tightened. Didn't interrupt. That day, I met him for the first time. But I didn't know how to make you see me as grown. Asked a stranger to play a thug. Show you what your control does. Ruins me. Silence. Parents sat rigid. But he's not lost. Parents are fine. Raised by his mom. Worked hard so he'd be a man. Supports himself. But that's not it. When I was sick, he brought lozenges and a bear. Something shifted. Saw the real him. Knew then I loved him. The kind of love you wait a lifetime for. I want him near me. Bands won't change it. Hope you understand. Silence. Braced for anger. They stayed quiet. Robert spoke first. Do you see the cliff you're walking toward? He has no future. What waits for you? Can he support you? Or do you expect our help? He's getting a degree, Clara countered. Cares because he wants to. Not because he must. We won't leech off you. You're in love with your rebellion. Eleanor cried. Hysterical edge. Maybe, Clara agreed easily. But it's my life. Don't block it. You don't see the mistake you're making. You'll regret it bitterly, Eleanor whispered now. Let me regret it. Can't walk a smooth road forever. I want to live my life. Not your script. They saw it. She wouldn't back down. I'll move out. The words they feared most. Wait, daughter, Robert said, distressed. Why leave? How will you pay rent? Friends will help. Liam? Where's his money? God, daughter. Why break everything? Think. Before it's too late. We're not your enemies. Clara stood. Walked to her room. Conversation over. Robert played his last card. If you marry him, we won't accept it. You lose your home. Ready to abandon your parents? Not marrying. Not yet. Clara turned. Just want to live my life. You decide if you can accept me as I am. Door closed. Parents looked helpless. Days later, Clara moved into a small studio on the edge of town. Chloe and Liam helped. Stood in the room. Dropped bags. How will you live? Chloe asked. No bed. There is, Clara grinned, pointing to stacked wood. Just needs building. Liam's helping tomorrow. Floor sleep today. Kind of fun. You're crazy. I'm free. Hugged Chloe. 21 years. Freedom. Opened curtains. After Chloe left, laid out mattress. Perfectly happy. Liam came next day. Fixed leaking tap. Didn't ask questions. Enough for Clara. 3 days later, he asked quietly, haven't called them. How are they? Silent, Clara sighed. Waiting for me to crawl back. And you? Won't. Going back resets everything. But I've changed. Like myself better. They need to know I'm not a thing. A person with wants. He studied her. Slowly, that play. Worst role of my life. Best, because it brought me to you. Flustered. Hurried to leave. Work calls. Evening. Return to nail a shelf. Who? Not Chloe. Open door. Robert stood there. Dad? Didn't call. How'd you find me? Easy. See how you're settled. Everything all right? Entered. Nodded at the tidy space. Frowned at Liam with a hammer. Hello, Robert, Liam said calmly. Make tea, daughter, Robert said, eyes on Liam. Need to talk with him. Clara glanced at Liam. Couldn't hear a word. Robert finally emerged. Heading out, he said. Looked thoughtful. Slightly lost. What did you talk about? Clara asked after. Stuff, Liam shrugged. Man talk. Next day, Eleanor arrived. Accepted tea invitation. Sweetheart, she cried, pleading. Enough foolishness. Proved you're independent. We're worn out worrying. No, Mom. Clara cooked. Learning to cook. Liam says I'm decent. Laughed. Stood in doorway. I'm fine. Eleanor wiped tears. Watched Clara's adoration. Does she really love him? She wondered. Maybe we were wrong to forbid it. But how? Certified specialist now. Liam placed his diploma on the table. Can't believe I finished. Got into a good garage too. Done washing cars. Real work now. Celebrate, Clara said, mysterious. Got a surprise. Opened kitchen door. For me? Clara nodded. Thanks. Congratulations. She looked at him softly. New chapter. He worked hard. Month later, brought her first pay. What's this? She asked, eyeing a sleek case. Essential tools. Want you to have your own. Just in case. Leaving? She laughed nervously. Heart dropped. No, he looked serious. If you'll have me. I will. Heart soared. Condition, dinner at my parents'. They need to know what you mean to me. Different this time. Act like yourself. I want them to know the real you. He sighed. Harder than the first. Clara couldn't contain it. Told Chloe, moving in together. Really? Proposal? Ring? Not there yet, Clara hesitated. Not ready for marriage. But dinner tomorrow. Invited us. Back at the same table. Clara fought déjà vu. Squeezed Liam's hand. His palm was damp. Eleanor adjusted a napkin. Silence stretched. Liam, Eleanor finally said, unsure smile. Didn't know your favorites, so made Clara's. Hope you like it. Clara, look after him. Clara served him salad. Conversation sparked. No hostility. You got the degree, Robert said, putting his fork down. Yes. Found work in the field? Yes. Heard about hybrid engines on the market. Worth buying? I don't know much. Serviced any? Yes. Several. Liam dove in. Explained hybrids. Even Eleanor listened, mouth slightly open. Clara checked the time. We should go, she said, apologetic. Then go, Robert agreed. Clara cleared plates. Eleanor watched his efficient movements. Surprised. Liam, she asked. How's your mother's health? Fine, thanks. But managing. At the door, Eleanor hugged Clara. Whispered, Clara. You were right. I know. Clara smiled. Robert offered his hand. Liam shook it firmly. Come again, Robert said, looking him in the eye. We have things to discuss. In the elevator, Clara leaned into Liam. Thoughts on tonight? He asked. Real life starts now, she smiled. And you know what? It's far more interesting than rebellion.